Hey guys, it's Michael Levine. Today I'm going to talk to you about, this is kind of more in the vein of be nice. I have a written blog, as many of you know, at michaellevinehair.com, and because my blog is pretty well read, when people Google hairdressers, hairstyles, that kind of stuff, a lot of people find my blog, like including consumers. So if you're looking for my blog, it's easy to find. But if you're not looking for it, it's still pretty easy to find. So a lot of consumers will find my blog and then comment on it because I'm writing hairdresser issues. Consumers will sometimes chime in, and sometimes that, I mean, not sometimes, a lot of the time it's really useful information, and their comments are really helpful. So I wanted to read one. I got an email from this client, and I wrote it as a written blog stating that this is the most important thing you will ever read as a hairdresser. And I just wanted to basically, I'm just going to quickly go through it and then comment on it. I have personally found most stylists to be very pleasant people. In addition, I would not ever want to hurt somebody's feelings or be rude in any situation. There are, however, experience I've had in the last several months with stylists that have made me wonder if my communication skills are lacking, or is there a trend for stylists to only half listen and then give you the look that they want you to have instead of what you asked for. Also, I have explained what I wanted and asked them to reiterate it, and they do so, and it still turns out to be not what I've asked for. These are lovely, sweet stylists. I feel that they are somehow distracted, half listening, or already have their minds set on what they think I need. I'm learning nowadays it's wise to bring a picture of what I want, to ask them to show me what they mean by words like caramel, smoky, cream, blend, undercut, build, pull, etc. So she got all sorts of terminology. She doesn't know what any of it means. A lot of misunderstandings occurred because they were using terms of the salon trade which they did not explain to me. Yesterday I was accused of trying to leave this is the part that breaks my heart. Yesterday I was accused of trying to leave the salon without paying. I was not happy with my color at all. I was trying to pay and get out of there. I had never been there. I went up to the waiting area up front where I thought there was a reception desk. I did not know you paid the stylist at the chair. So not only was I shocked at what the stylist had done to my hair because she did not listen to me, I was humiliated because I didn't know where to pay, and because both the stylist and the owner were actually angry with me because I didn't like my hair. I sat in my car and cried. I'm 62. The stylist was about 25. The rudeness of the stylist and the owner was breathtaking. When I read this, whatever she's talking about in the beginning, she's absolutely right. I mean, we're paid. Let's put this in perspective, guys. We are paid to do the hair that the clients want for them. And a good hairdresser will give a client the hair that the client wants, even if the client didn't know how to describe what they wanted. The client's totally correct in that photographs are helpful, and we should be pulling out photographs if we pick up on the fact that the client isn't 100% sure what we're talking about. But how badly can you screw somebody's hair up? Or how badly can you make somebody unhappy if you're really, really listening to them? If you determine what length they're going for, if you determine how short they want to go with their face framing layers, or whatever you want to call them, front layers, if you determine these things and take the time, if you were to err on the side of too light or too dark, where would they want to be? If you were to err on the side of too warm, meaning golds, and I'm not talking, you guys all know what warm means, but the client may not know what warm means. So you explain that to them. You say, if we were to err on too light or too dark, where would you want to be? If we were to err on too warm or too ashy, where would you want to be? And we determine where that client wants to go. We take the time to determine it, because hairdressing is like an ego thing for us, but we sometimes forget that the client is walking around with this for 2 to 3 months on their head. They're the ones paying us to interpret on their heads their hair dreams. That's what our job is. And sometimes we forget. We get so hung up on, oh, I'm the artiste and I'm this big deal hairdresser. Well, guess what? You're not a big deal hairdresser. There's no such thing as a big deal hairdresser. You're either successful or you're not, but you're not a big deal. You're a hairdresser. I do believe in having your clients think you're a big deal, but in a positive way, not in a point your finger and say I'm a big deal, more in where your clients go, oh my God, I wouldn't want to go anywhere else because my hairdresser is incredible. That's what your clients should feel, but they should feel that because they know that they can trust you. They know that you have their best interests at heart. They know that you get them. And that's what a good hairdresser is all about. It's not about you putting your art on people's heads. It's about them commissioning art and you trying to do the best version of it. You know, it's not, you're not an artist. You are a service person with artistic integrity or an artistic ability, but you are not an artist. No one's paying you for your carte blanche art on their head. But anyways, that's kind of as an aside. I'm really talking about jerk hairdressers. In this situation, let's talk about this. How is it that the woman, brand new to the salon, did not know where she would be paying? Now, obviously, this is a chair rental salon, and there's a huge amount of chair rental salons. I think California is probably 80%, 90% chair rental salons. So it's not like it's a super uncommon thing, but every one of these salons has a different way of doing things. So why should we assume that the client knows how we do things when she's a brand new client? When I check into a hotel, I want to know which way the elevators are, what time the coffee shop opens so I can get a coffee in the morning, what time the bar closes so I can get a drink if I need to. These are the things that I want to know. And if they don't tell me this and they leave this for me to figure out, that means now I'm either guessing or I'm making a whole bunch of phone calls to the desk to find out information that they could have just told me. When that client walks into the salon, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. Such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for coming to see me. Let me explain how we do things here because I know you're new to this salon. Here's where we get changed. I'll show you the shampoo area. And at the end of the service, I don't like to talk about money because it's a little bit vulgar, but I actually rent this station. I'm actually kind of a micro salon within this salon. So you'll be paying me directly for your services. Okay, let's talk about your hair." How hard is that to do? Now that's professionalism. If you carry yourself with that degree of professionalism like a high-end hotel would do, maybe you might actually start behaving a little bit differently and you might actually be able to command higher prices as well. Because ultimately, it's your degree of professionalism that creates the demand for you. Certainly the hair that you produce, but also in the way, in everything that you do. There's a lot of great hairdressers out there. I always talk about Ted Gibson. Ted's a friend of mine, but I talk about Ted because he's at that upper echelon of hairdressing. Do you think Ted's a snob to any of his clients? Do you not think that Ted makes sure that all of his clients are well taken care of? I guarantee you that Ted is grateful for every single client who sits in his chair, doesn't matter who they are. Now, in this situation, I want to explain this to you guys. This is a 62-year-old woman. This is a woman, this is actually your bread and butter client. You're not going to be doing 20-something rainbow or unicorn hair or pretty wavy hair for the rest of your life. You're not. First of all, your clientele is going to age with you. And believe you me, when you get to be my age, people who are 20 don't see you as very cool when you're just about 50. Your clientele is going to age with you. And if you want a long career, you better understand how to take care of everybody, not just the beautiful 20-year-olds with the boobs and the lips. Okay, because that's easy. That's home run hair. That anybody can do it. Look on Instagram and just see how many people are doing the exact same thing. That is not an issue. And by the way, that client can go to anybody to get that same kind of work. Not to say that there's not talent involved in that work. Please don't get me wrong. Those hairdressers who do a ton of that work. What I'm saying is you must be all things to all people. And if you want your bread and butter clientele, understand as they're going to age, they're going to get gray. And those clients are going to be every 2 to 3 to 4 week clients. These are the people that you want to take care of. They have money, they know what they want, and they want to be pampered and they want to be treated with respect. These are the people that will pre-book their next 2, 3, 4 visits ahead because they know they want that stability, but they want to be taken care of. It's a very, very easy thing to make a hot girl look hot. It's a very, very, you can take a lot more pride in the work of you making a woman who has been there look and feel beautiful and want to come back to you. Okay? I want to read one more thing here. Another one came into me. This one makes me sad. She talks a bunch of stuff about how this hairdresser was totally blowing her off. Like she was sitting in this person's chair and the hairdresser did not want to do her hair. Now, I do believe that if you are not connecting with somebody, if the person is asking for the type of hair you don't want to do, and not because you just don't feel like it, but because it's straight up not up your alley, it's not the type of services you do, you should refer them to other people. But you do it with grace and you do it with class. You do not do it by being dismissive. And this person felt like she was being dismissed. Basically, I'm going to just read the second half of her letter. "I'm a mother of 4 and I run a small business. I work 75 hours a week and I'm very successful. I have little time for myself. My hair is frizzy," she called it wiry. I wanted help with a low-maintenance cut and style for my busy lifestyle. She looked at me disgusted as if I could not pay her fees. I have over $4 million in the bank." And she goes now here to list her assets. "You cannot judge a book by its cover. Busy people cannot always look polished. I felt sad the whole evening and the next day. I feel as if high-end salons only have stylists that want to work on the hair of beautiful 20-year-olds who already have perfect hair. I just wanted to let you know the rudeness works both ways." And she's exactly right, and she touches on what I just talked about with the 20. And yeah, guess what? We all do want that Instagram client. You know, it may be that when the woman here with frizzy hair who just wanted low maintenance hair comes in, you're thinking, oh, well, I'm not going to get an Instagram picture out of her. Well, big freaking deal. This is the type of client you want to take care of. This is the client that, as I said, is going to pre-book. She's going to buy her daughter's gift certificates. She's going to be sending in her friends with money as well. But I also want to say this. It makes me really, really sad that this person thinks that she has to pull out her asset portfolio to validate why she should be able to be a valued customer. Every single person that walks in your chair, I don't care who they are, I don't care what shoes are on their feet or what bag they are carrying, should be a valued customer in your salon. You give clients a once-over and make a judgment about them, you're an asshole. It's as simple as that. Do not judge people. It doesn't matter, and you shouldn't even worry about do not judge a book by its cover, because that's irrelevant. Be nice. You're in the service industry. Be nice to people. That you should be grateful for every single person, I don't care who they are, who has made the choice to sit in your chair. There are a lot of hairdressers out there, and every single person, new person, old person that sits in your chair, you treat them as welcome guests, as old friends. You treat them with massive respect, because they can go anywhere and they've chosen to sit with you. Get off your high horse, stop being an asshole, and understand you're in the service industry. The sooner you either become nice or leave the industry, the better off this industry is going to be.
Darling, don't you go and cut your hair. Do you think it's gonna make him change?